I just want to come on here and I just want to remember. I want to tell you that your First Amendment right is freedom of speech, right? I just want to talk about because these two amendments of mine that were violated, um, and then the Fourth Amendment, which is unlawful seizure, right? What they came is when I looked at the Nebraska law that without a court order, they weren't allowed to remove my kids. And if somebody commits a crime, it's due process, right? We all have the right to due process. I did not commit a crime. My First Amendment speech protects me, and I can speak. And this is, I mean, the harassment that I've been dealing with from the Omaha Police Department, and they're following me around. First of all, I'm not a criminal. Never have I ever owned a gun. I've never even shot a gun. You would think that there was a process to this, like, okay, but the way they did it is so illegal. I can't even state that enough. I went to the library today. I'm trying to get more into the law system and learn more about the way the law functions. And the more I look at it, the more I see how they illegally took my rights as a person. They violated my children's rights. They traumatized, they put my children in the system. They separated my kids. They put my kids with accused abusers before we got to court. I mean, the whole system is so corrupt. Um, it's beyond me. It's beyond me. I'm just trying to make sense of this because they're saying that they're worried about my mental state. They discriminated against me. They committed, right? I mean, the emotional trauma that I've dealt with because of this. Where is the justice? Like, what are you again, you have amendment rights for a reason, okay? And I did go and look at what is considered as threats. Okay, I said if I didn't go to these people's house, number one, I um I didn't call them personally and threaten them. Didn't do that. Only thing is venting my frustration. I'm gonna put in a complaint against the Omaha Police Department. I should have done that a long time ago, but again, the emotional distress that I have suffered because of this whole experience is beyond what I've ever been through in life. And I need to go put in a complaint against the sexual assault unit of Omaha, Nebraska, because I waited 3 days and they were not doing their job. It's like they're fighting against me so hard. I'm not a criminal. The fact that they sent Dawn Frost to my house, and even my attorney and everybody, they don't even know who she is. So it could be a whole setup, an imposter. Like, is that what you guys do? You frame people, you take their kids, you are involved in child sex trafficking because, and nobody's crazy. The only crazy people that are out here is the people that are not seeing through this. If you can look at my case and be like, okay, something is really off, and that how many other people have you done this to? This is why my faith in God keeps me strong because God sees everything. I just can't even stress that enough. That God sees everything, and there's really people out here that think they're invincible, and they've let their power hungry, right? It's like it's just I haven't met many people with hearts, and it's like, what is going on? This pandemic was supposed to make us all more humble and more nurturing to one another, and you're out here still doing what you're doing. But again, if I have to take, and I have a feeling that I will have to take this case to the Supreme Court. So I've been studying. I want to learn more about the Supreme Court and what I got to do to go through that. But I'm going all the way, baby. My kids are worth that. I love my kids. My heart is really sad for them. The fact that they are traumatized and nobody cares. And nobody cares. Again, 5 weeks, still no therapy. And then my CPS worker wants to call me and tell me that they separated my kids, that she's concerned for my kids, my older two. And just now they're getting therapy after 5 weeks. And you're telling me I'm over here and I'm the bad. No, I'm not the bad guy. The bad guy is the system that continuously fails people, and they look at people like they're a dollar sign. And they have silenced people, put fear in people. Like, don't you see what's going on in the world around you? Are you just blind? I mean, we need to wake up. That if people don't speak up, I mean, again, God is only going to allow so much. Do I believe? I mean, God is coming back, and that's just what it is. So have fun running away from that. Look what's happening. Are we just really not? I'm seeing what's happening, but it's like now you're crazy. Einstein was called crazy and he changed the world. I mean, all these people were called crazy and they changed the world, but they did it with calmness for sure. For sure that if I've learned anything is to be calm and to speak my truth, and the rest is in God's hands. That there is, I feel as far as like I can go out here doing nothing crazy. For what? For what? For what? And in the end, justice prevails, okay? I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right, be blessed. Much love to you. And keep a strong mind. Always want to tell you that. Keep a strong mind. That the enemy is only allowed to do so much. That people think they're invincible and they're not. And that God is a just God. And there's things happen for a reason. So when the enemy provokes you, laughs at you, mocks you, calls you a liar, but all along they're the liar. You got to stand firm in who you are, right? Be confident in who you are. Um, and say, hey man, keep your soul clean. Keep your soul clean. Don't be out here going around doing what they do. If you are a police officer and you are joining in with the police officers that are doing wrong, I really encourage you to turn away from that. Like turn away from the you have time. You have time. People are dying left and right in front of us, and that doesn't make us humble. Just like me, I never thought this could happen to me. I never thought that my kids could get molested. I never thought that the police would be so unjust to me. Right? I've seen it time and time again happening in other people's lives, but it's like we think we're so invincible, and we're really not. So be humble. Be very humble. Be very humble. All right, much love to y'all. Stay blessed.